Yeah, remember me? I remember, man, I moved to, me and my mother moved to Maryland when I think I was 8. I was 8 because I was in the third grade. And, you know what I'm saying? I was going to school named Thomas Stone. Remember Thomas Stone, y'all? I remember, Latoya Walker and Kelly Butler. They used to be going around beating the shit out bitches. No bullshit. That shit was crazy. But anyway, I remember when I was yeah, I was 8 years old, and it was this dude named Found Mine. He was cool. He was a year older than me. We was walking together. Walking towards home together. So I was talking about my bike and shit. I had a bike or whatever. Whatever. So while I was talking, this sixth grader. Like I said, I'm in the third grade. I'm 8. This dude 11. He in the sixth. So I got my book bag on one shoulder. So he come in, he grabbed the bag and he started pulling it by the other strap and he pulling me along, right? So I'm like, he was like, cause he heard me talking about the bike. He was like, where your bike at? Let me get your bike. I was like, I don't got it, man. My mother sold it. And he was like, oh, but let me get the money for it. That's what he said. He was like, let me get the money for it. I was like, I don't got the money for it. I can't get you the money for it. How I'm gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So he kept pulling me, and like the book bag like rip. You could hear it like start turn like it tore whatever the sound is. So when I heard it start to tear, I like pulled him back, like I yanked him because I didn't want to rip my shit. So when I pulled him back, like he came towards me and he pushed me. So I pushed him back. So he stole me. So I put him in the headlock and I was studying his ass. So I ain't gonna say I was beating the shit out of him, but I had him in the headlock. I was stealing him and shit. And a car came past and the person got out and broke it up. And then I went home. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day, after school, we fought again. You know what I'm saying? And we fought twice. In fact, the first time we was fighting, and then he called a timeout. We young, we kids, so I thought you can get timeouts. He was like, timeout, timeout. He was like, no. Like asking his little friends, he's like, I'm bleeding. But I guess his nose or mouth was, I can't remember, but he was, checking for blood and shit. So, it wasn't none. So then, I must have caught him good. And he must have tasted some iron or something. That's what that was. But anyway, so we started fighting again, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we fought. And then I go home. So, once I get home, it's late. Not late, but I came home. I guess it took me too long to get home. So, of course, my mother like, what's taking you so long to get home? You come in the house late again, you're gonna be on punishment. I ain't telling her I'm fighting and shit. So I was like, okay. So the next day, he had to fight me because they was fucking with him like, oh, you got beat up by a third grader. Oh. So, we young. So, we easily manipulated. So, I tried to stay after school a little late, get them time to leave, and then I was going to hurry up and get home so I don't be late. But these motherfuckers waited. And you had motherfuckers in middle school. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole bunch of elementary kids. You know what I'm saying? It was like middle school kids. Motherfuckers don't need to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Want to see them. I guess, they want to see them fight, I guess. I don't know. But, I'm only 8 years old, man. So anyway, I go out the door. I walk towards them and shit. They put me in a circle. Like, once again, I'm 8 years old. They got me in a circle. And I'm trying like, man, I don't want to fight. I'm trying to get home. I don't fuck y'all. I ain't trying to be on punishment. I'm trying to get home. So one of the niggas stole me. One of the seventh graders. The seventh grade nigga stole me. Bang. So I pushed him out the way and got out the circle. And now I'm gone. I'm like, I ain't run, but I'm like, walking fast, trying to get the fuck away. Like, man, fuck y'all, man. And I heard the dude, I guess the same dude that hit me, the one I pushed and shit, I guess he said some shit like, told the dude, like, if you don't knock him out, fuck him up or something, fuck you up, some shit like that. So he put the gas in the dude back. Next thing I know, the nigga that jumped on my back and started stealing the shit out of me. No bullshit. He had on one of them motherfucking, them old ass, remember them big ass moon rings? They was like glass. They was like plastic or something. And they was colorful. They was big as shit. I don't know why I called it a moon ring, but it was big. Them little fat ass rings back in the day, man. He had that shit on, man. Nigga punched me off. My motherfucking eye was like this. I was crying like shit. Then I go home, so now I gotta tell my mother like what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was fighting or whatever. So we go to the Bama house. Me, my mother, you know, we want to sit down with him and his mother, like awesome, trying to talk, see what's going on type shit. And this the shit that pissed me off. Like, man, there wasn't nothing I could really do about it. But when they asked the dude, like, why, like, you know, what happened, he said to my mother in front of his mother that, yeah, I was picking with his sister. So, you know, he was defending her. And she was like, they asked her, and she's like, mm-hmm. Like, yeah, that's what happened. And I'm thinking in my head, like, nigga, you heard me talking about a fucking bite. And you came and pulled my fucking book bag. And when you did that, that was the first, like, any type of interaction I ever had with you or your fucking sister, nigga. I don't know you motherfuckers. I just moved around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Slim. You know what I'm saying? And his mother was like, the facial expression was like, you know, she had like a little, like, yeah, you was fucking with, that's what he's supposed to do. You fuck, you know what I'm saying? But the whole time, that nigga lying like shit, little bitch. That nigga's a bitch. And I know, I guarantee you right now to this day, I bet he a suck ass nigga. I bet he is. I guarantee you, man. You know, if it's meant to be, we'll bump paths again. But yeah, man, I was just, remember Thomas Stone, y'all? Yeah, remember years later, how motherfucking everybody used to go to Thomas Stone and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about in the summertime, like the basketball court used to be a rack of motherfuckers. That little G-Rod, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Tristan be out there. You know, Mark Poop. Remember Mark and Poops? That's my little niggas. Big Greg, Jamaican Greg, his brother and shit, his little man be out there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, me, DJ and all, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be getting high shit, smoking, you know, all the females, Trisha and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Be outside and shit. Remember that shit, y'all? Remember Buster? You know what I'm saying? Jody and shit. Remember y'all? Yeah, remember Lil Chris? You know what I'm saying? Remember Nuke? Rest in peace, Nuke. You know what I'm saying? Remember Lil Chris bitch ass? Yeah. I got enough time. Yeah, I got a little story about Lil Chris bitch. So this years later in Mount Rainier. So one time we was going up Big Joe house, Jody. You know, Joe at that time, they had the little house and it was like it was sectioned off. Like, you know, each brother and sister seemed like they had their own section of the house, but I know Jody and his brother had the upstairs part. So we was motherfucking coming, you know, to see Joe or whatever, holler at him. We go, you know, walk up the stairs and shit, knock on the door. Don't nobody answer the jump. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Chris turned the knob and he was like, oh shit, it's open. You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, we can get all this shit. I said, nigga, that's my motherfucking man. Nigga, fuck is you, man? Come on, son. Let's go, nigga. Come get the fuck on, man. Come on, man. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of nigga that this nigga was. You know what I'm talking about? Same nigga, you know what I'm saying? I was saving up for a jump. I'm like 15, 16. I'm trying to get a jump. Rest in peace to Theron. Theron, I was an athletic motherfucker, man. I fucked it with Theron. That was my man and shit, but you know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect, man. I fuck with Theron, man. I love him, man. That's my man. But that nigga used to be welling like shit, man. Rest in peace, man. God bless the dead, man. My man used to be welling. So at this time, I'm telling you, I'm like 15, 16. Theron was like, he had a jump for sale. Everybody had jumps for like $350. Everybody was selling jumps for $350 and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I was doing what I was doing, so I saved up some money. I'm trying to get the jump. So look, it was me and Chris was over his house and shit in Queenstown. So I'm like, Theron, man, with a Joan at? He like, man, it's under the couch. It's under the couch, man. He's like, man, you know what I'm saying? I gotta wait till my parents go to sleep. It's like, faking life shit the whole time. Nigga ain't never had no joint, whatever, but whatever. But anyway, the money I was saving to get the junk, that same money, you know what I'm saying? I was saving it and I kept like adding to it. You know, it wasn't nothing big, you know what I'm saying? I probably say like 400 or 500 or something. I'm a kid, that shit ain't nothing. I wasn't doing nothing major, you know what I'm saying? But I needed a junk because, you know, I was older, I was moving fast and shit was starting to get a little hectic at times. So, I showed Chris knew where I kept it at. I showed him where I kept my bread at in my apartment. So we was over at my house one day, and then I went to the kitchen, and then it was nighttime. Then Frank had pulled up. White Frank, that's my man. He had pulled. I think he had the other Chris in the car. Then we leave, and then when, you know, we do whatever. I can't remember what we did, but the next day when I come back home and shit or whatever, well, the next morning when I woke up, you know, I came home the same night, but when I woke up the next morning, I look at my money, my shit gone. I'm like, this the only nigga been in this motherfucker, right? So that morning, so before I even get a chance to call this nigga, his parents called me. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me, y'all? Mount Rainier, Queenstown, and know you, 31. So his mother called me and shit. And she was like, was you with Chris last night, blah, blah? I was like, yeah, for a minute. You like, well, you need to come over because, yeah, whatever, something happened, blah, blah. I'm like, huh? So I go over his junk. Hey, when I get to his apartment, on everything I let, this nigga was in the bed, right? Do y'all remember Martin when he got his ass whipped by Tommy Hitman Hearns? On everything I love, man. This how this nigga face was, Holmes. Man, this nigga shit was fat, the whole face, eyes, nose, mouth, everything. Like, Slim, you wasn't woke when they finished whooping your ass. Nigga, they knocked you out and they kept beating on you because it's no way, Slim, your shit was fucked up. So I'm like, damn, Slim, what happened, Slim? But, you know, that's just the type of person he is. So I'm like, I'm trying to like not be too loud and not be too harsh. I know you're in a fucked up situation, but Slim, where the fuck my money at, huh? You know, what you, nigga, where the fuck my money at, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Then I go in the other room with I'm going through his clothes, trying to search through his drawers, but the shit all junky and shit. I don't know what the fuck shit, nothing that, man. I'm like, Slim, you was the only one in my shit, but it's cool, Slim. You know, it's cool. And for niggas that, you know, don't know why I don't fuck with that nigga, why I didn't fuck with that nigga, because he dead now. But to those that don't know why, that's why. That's why I ain't fuck with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of nigga he, and I don't know how that shit was just in him. From the time he was little, man, doing that shit, stealing from his men. Like, the nigga just a treacherous motherfucker, man. I don't know how that shit just be in you, man. You know what I'm saying? But you remember me, Mount? Yeah, we used to be stealing UUs like a motherfucker, man, breaking into cars all around Queenstown, Queens, man. This is another jump. I remember, like, it got to a point I was getting tired of getting pressed out by, you know, Queens Manor cops and all that shit. I mean, Mount Rainier police and all that shit. PG police always pressing them when we was kids. I used to, every time I seen a police car, I slashed their tires. So one time I was on Russell Avenue in Kaywood with my man Angel, the Jamaican nigga Angel. Like I said, I'm like 16 at this time. And motherfucker, I guess they had a sting. They was like, we gonna catch whoever slashing these fucking tires. Cause they had a police car. It was just sitting there minding his business. And I, you know what I'm saying, I walked over to that motherfucker, hit that jump, bang, real quick, stabbed the tire, and next thing I know, lights, and you know what I'm saying? They was on my ass. Angel was able to get away, I wasn't, man. And that nigga put me in them cuffs and set me in that car, hit me with a couple of body shots, then laid me on the ground, had me spread eagle. You know what I'm saying? And the ground was wet because it was raining, stepping on my fingers, then made me get up, made me change the tire, and they still locked my ass up, had me down Boys Village. Then tried to make it on my paperwork like I was from the Baltimore area, I guess, because they had me on a unit with all like Baltimore niggas. It was only a handful of us. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't going for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Y'all remember me? Hey, Mount Rainier tails, man. All right, y'all. Know your shit.